I'm trying a new format of video today. It's well, you know what? Never mind. Screw the script. That's not me. That's not my channel.
Ribbit, ribbit, jump on it. Welcome to Amphibia life. Don't get much crazier. Ribbit, 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 Amphibia.
Hi, I'm Via. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. Normally I react to videos, play some games. At the moment, I'm kind of waiting for my country to be Nazi-free. But I was watching YouTube yesterday, and for some reason, I was reminded of Amphibia. And I remembered that I had this script that I made a while ago to convince my sibling to watch Amphibia. I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't very good. I made it a long time ago, and I'm better at improvising anyway. Amphibia is a show that takes place in
Another world!
but we're introduced to this world from the perspective of the world. And we are introduced to the main character, Anne, through the lens of this world, where frogs talk, and they're the dominant species here. Not quite. Amphibians. We'll get into it more later. There's something about this show. It was disarming. It felt like we were just living in a little froggy small town. It earned itself the nickname of the Funny Frog Show. Oh, how wrong we were.
I don't feel safe.
Right from the beginning, even in this sort of comfort, there are questions being raised from the very first episode, such as, how can Anne get home? Who is this lady? Why do the planters have a secret basement in their house? And later in the show, we even get some even larger themes here, and like complex themes, like why are the frogs living in the little villages? Why are these toads all militarized? Why do the newts have this high society? And it's very segregated. There's one newt in Wortwood, and also one toad.
Duckweed's a newt, Toadstool's a toad, and you two have been happily living in Wortwood for years.
Define happily.
That's definitely had its bumps.
The story payoffs, the lore, it is so good. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because the real strength in this show lies in character development. The big emotional payoffs. The bond between us and the characters, and between the characters themselves. It has one of the best endings in animation history. But first, you really have to stop and smell the
Brain cream.
and starts out, well,
I thought you were trying to be my friend. Sprig. Hey, Sprig!
Rest up, Ann. We'll handle the work today.
Feel better, Anne. Stop! I'll try my best. Bye. You done did it again, girl. Woo!
not great. And from very early on, we start to see that part of this has to do with her friendships back home.
Look, if a friend likes a pencil case, you get it for them. If your friend likes your new shoes, you give them to her. And if a friend wants you to steal a crazy music box from a thrift store, even if you really don't want to, you do it, okay? Because if you don't, they might not want to be your friend anymore. Sorry, dude, you don't understand. I really gotta go. Oh, I understand, Anne. You're a good little girl who's gotta go home to her mommy and daddy.
As the show goes on, we see her start to learn to break out of these toxic patterns and to learn and grow. There's a reason this show is about frogs. It's because, well, I suppose I'll let the show speak for itself.
Ann, we didn't vote for you because you're flawless. Far from it. We voted for you because of how far you've come. You've grown so much in your time here.
mirror right now. So whatever I put on, I just want to be able to see the same me looking back. But I'm just a 13-year-old kid. For every heroic sacrifice, I make 100 dumb mistakes.
And just as Anne is not the perfect character, Amphibia is not the perfect show. There's, some episodes that, you would rather not. But for the most part, this show is very enjoyable if you keep your expectations down. In fact, there is no story. There's no story. It's all about the journey. Okay, I promise there's a good story, but you really need to, let the show do what it's gonna do. You have to be comfortable with taking it as it comes.
This will be fun eventually, guys, trust me!
If you don't let the characters have their funny frog adventures, the emotional payoff does not hit as hard. It's like Gravity Falls. There's a good story in it, but you have to let it breathe first. In fact, I think this might be my Gravity Falls. Yes, I know, I'm speaking blasphemy against one of the greatest Disney shows of all time.
Sweet Tadpole Mary!
Trust me, this is really freaking good if you just let it do its thing. Then, of course, there's the queer representation. Every time I think about the show, I start out thinking, all of it was in the subtext and a sticker near the end. But, then I remember season 5. 5? 3. I think there were 3. Season 3. If you don't know, season 3 is the last season. So, that's the one where they were able to get away with more. Because the show was ending anyway. What were they gonna do? Cancel them? And this was actually Matt Braley got to tell his whole story because of it. As much as I love shows like Steven Universe and The Owl House that are unapologetically queer without waiting to appease the higher-ups, I think the way that this show did its queer representation is really good for what they had to work with. The representation is great. It's not my favorite part of the show. We have to talk about Marcy.
Okay, so utopian rope can hold an average human girl for 2.3 seconds.
Don't get me started on Marcy. She's not the best character in the show. Maybe I gotta reserve that for the main character, but she's my favorite character of the show. She's really, really smart, but she's also
Maybe the clumsiest person alive.
Wow, that must be horrible.
One of these days, she's gonna get herself killed. Oh, don't say that! What for?
Well, you'll have to watch the show to see, but she's one of the highlights of the show. Oh, and also Keith David's in it.
Oops, looks like I spilled the tea, as you kids say.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking the video. Also, I hope I convinced you to go and give Amphibia a chance. I feel like there's a lot I missed. There's a little something for everyone, whether you're looking for a good story or a good comfort show. If I did miss anything, I don't know, just put it in the comments below, I guess. That's non-spoilery. Please try to keep the comments spoiler-free. I have more of these on the way. Most of them will probably be, with relevance to the world we're living in right now, because we really need more of that content. I will see you next time. Have a good day. Be a good person. And bye.